both of our friends lost, and the thought is like Westmore, he's the pick, right? So we have to make sure that he's successful in November, because at the end of the day, I've been listening to Dan Cox. Have you listened to a little bit of Dan
I
Cox? I'm sure you're familiar with.
I read the reviews of what people hear him say. I know that he does not say anything that children or adults should hear.
Sure. So I mean, I'll give you a few key points. Trump backed. He's
Right.
Trump backed. Specifically said he wants to bring Trump policies to Maryland. Right. So that's gonna take us back. Regressive. The
Hmm.
thought is like Maryland still has a long way to go in being a progressive state. Right. Even though we have some progressives in the state, we're still the most northern southern state. Right. So Maryland still has a lot of has a history of racism and institutional racism, and the thought is electing a governor that wants to support Trump policies, which have been supporting hate and spewing hate. Not to mention he talks about forced masking, right? So as the pandemic continues to still affect many Americans, and even has ramped up, in this summer, especially with new variants and everything like that. Talk about if we go back to a pandemic, he's not down for forced masking. So we have to think potentially the next governor, if in a pandemic or things get worse,
Yeah,
he's not he's not
if
going to take
monkeypox continues to spread, for example.
Yeah, he's not going to take the precautions. He doesn't believe in, the government being able to help the people in that sense. He believes that, we should all gain herd immunity and, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess. So we got that. We have the possible, implication as far as his involvement in June 6th.
Hmm.
He's also anti-abortion. So,
Hmm.
he says, he wants to save, many people millions of dollars by taking away their choice.
And
And,
the
and,
anti
and
he's the anti CRT candidate.
Oh yeah, so he is not a public transportation. He's not going to improve public transportation. And we have he said he wants to keep you in your house. And so you can and so you could also keep your tenancy. He said Marylanders are getting priced out. Affordable housing is going away because of massive inflation because of property tax increases. So he cares about affordable housing, but he says that affordable housing is going away due to inflation and property tax increases. So what is your feedback on some of those points? This is a little clip from Dan
Yeah.
Cox. This is
Uh,
what you will get from a Dan Cox governorship.
yeah. Dan is doo doo. Bad, very bad. I think that the only thing that is even remotely comforting is that he is not only very bad, but also just a very unappealing candidate and not a well-known candidate. Probably known by maybe 10% of Marylanders. However, and hold this is not something I want to happen, but what I expect. There is going to be millions of dollars spent in our state attacking West for a wide variety of things. That is not to say boosting Dan, who is again a terrible person and a terrible pick, who I definitely ain't voting for. But I think the Republican Governors Association and a lot of other moneyed interests are going to spend a lot of money on attacking West to the benefit of Dan. I don't think it's enough for Dan to win.
You sure? I mean, we both I think can agree that Kelly Schultz was a better matchup, probably, right? Like, or not as good matchup in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah,
But
there was statistics of something like 50% of Maryland Democrats would consider voting for Kelly Schultz versus a third would consider voting for Dan Cox. And
yeah,
that is a ludicrous number. A third of Maryland Democrats would consider voting for a Trumper for all intents and purposes.
Hi, my name is William Honolulu Jr., and I'm the host of the Black USA News Morning Show and the president of the Grinding Gang Incorporated. The The Grinding Gang is an organization that helps small business owners in the nonprofit and for-profit communities figure out how to make sense of all the noise. There's a lot of information out there, and sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. We help you develop business plans. We help you figure out what to do with a lot of the information you receive, and we also help you figure out how to become more profitable. We also host a variety of workshops. You can check out our next workshop